Hiya, I hope you've had a great week. We have been focusing on chapter 6 this week of Leadership as Language, in particular looking at the distinction between completing work and the continuation of longer projects, and why it's incredibly important to build in moments of celebration, even in your longer projects, in order to keep morale high, motivation, and also to understand how the project is going in general. We've had some great discussions around that, and I'd like to read this snippet from page 168. Planning the length of the doing periods and the frequency of thinking interruptions is a key operational tempo design element for organisations. To bias towards learning and growth, plan shorter doing periods with more completions. To bias towards production, plan longer doing periods with fewer completions. The complete play serves to reset ourselves mentally from our past decisions. Celebration is a key part of that play. Celebration gives us a sense of closure on previous activities, and feeling good about what we've done allows us to move on. This psychological detachment serves to safeguard us against escalation of commitment and is critical for setting the stage for critical self-reflection and improvement. On to marketing news. I really enjoyed an article from the Drums newsletter this week, which summarised some of the best healthcare campaigns from the last few years. My favourite had to be the Britney Spears style music video, which focused on the negative effects of smoking. It's a really enjoyable read and watch, so I'll link to that in the comments and let me know what you think. We have also got a brand new podcast out this week with author Tim Hartness. Tim recently published 10 Rules for Talking, which examines how to master the art of having difficult conversations and why they're so important. And the podcast and the book both focus on the idea that we don't have a set framework for having difficult conversations. And as a result, we struggle to know how they've gone, whether we've achieved a good outcome, and whether we've just argued for the sake of it. The podcast is fantastic listen. Nathan spoke to Tim a couple of weeks ago, and I'd like to recommend the book as this week's wider reading recommendation. So I'll link to both the podcast and a place for you to get the book below, and let me know what you think. And finally, we have got lots going on at Journey Further over the coming few weeks. We've got a fantastic webinar coming up from two of our organic team on the importance of link relevancy, which I'll link to in the comments. We've also got our internal event, the September Smash, which is an opportunity for us all to get together after such a long period apart, which I'm sure you'll see lots of buzz and news about, particularly on the vlog. And we're also coming to the end of our time discussing David Marquet's book, Communications in General, and we'll be soon moving on to our next theme, which I'm super excited about. I will be sharing some of the best summaries and insights that we've gleaned from our discussions and from the book over the coming few weeks, so do stay tuned for those, and let me know how you found the book. What have you learned about your own communicative style? Have you made any changes based on David Marquet's advice? Drop me a message and let me know. And until then, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.